is very painful. Got him, but I'll have to hold on tight. He has over 100 teeth, and if he bites you, you'll never pull free. He keeps pulling us off a ledge into deep water. One of us alone wouldn't stand a chance against this snake. Its coils are searching for something solid. He's got a tremendous advantage in the water, maneuvering with ease. We can't move fast enough to avoid him. The greatest danger now is in drowning or suffocation. When he wraps his coils around you, he can completely cut off your breathing.
His great strength seems multiplied in water. What a tremendously effective fighter he is.
You know, generally in the summer, it's always a slowdown on linear TV, streaming. Some of the video releases and stuff like that. This year, it seems to have changed up a little bit. That they've boosted some stuff on that, especially the classic stuff. Now, back when I was a kid, growing up in the 70s, Sunday nights was family night, obviously. People don't do that anymore like it used to be. I think they should bring it back. But the thing is, one of the things we used to sit down to watch was two TV shows. Two big TV shows. One of them was Wonderful World of Disney. Obviously, some of the great stuff. You had Walt always introducing each of the episodes, and you saw stuff from, the Scarecrow of the Marsh, being over at Disneyland, some of the stuff that, look at the behind the scenes of Disneyland, Disney World, and all the other adventures, Davy Crockett, and all the other adventures that you would have on there, and including the nature stuff, which a lot of great nature films of the wilderness were also included in the Wonderful World of Disney. But also, not only Walt Disney, there was another show that was out there. Basically, it was, if you're familiar with Jim Fowler, you've heard them, probably on the Johnny Carson show and stuff like that. But he was part of another major show that was on that same time night as Wonderful World of Disney. And it was a good nature show. It went, you saw some really great stuff. And it was hosted by a man named Marlin Perkins. And if you know what this is, for those of you in my age group, those of you who don't know, before National Geographic, before there was, Animal Planet and all this, there was Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. But before we read into this, I just want to tell you, drop a comment, hit that like, drop a share over to a friend or enemy on there, and that subscribe button, I need you to smash it. I mean, I want you to break that subscribe button. We want to get up there in the 2000s before the end of the year. We would really do appreciate that. It is very important that we move up in the algorithm. I know it's being on YouTube, it's very tough. And, we're still trying to build on Rumble. We're doing our best, and we're increasing slowly to get our viewers there as well. So be sure, hit that subscribe. Hit it, So we're going to read this off of Cord Cutter News. MeTV adds Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom to Saturday morning lineup starting July 6th. And that's, by the time you hit this video, it'll be up on that weekend. Cord Cutters looking for weekend comfort TV just got nostalgic upgrade beginning July 6th, 2025. MeTV will air classic episodes of Mutual Wild Kingdom every Sunday from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern. The move brings one of television's most beloved wildlife series back into the living rooms of viewers who crave the timeless programming with an educational edge. Originally debuting in 1963, Wild Kingdom helped pioneer the nature adventure genre. The show hosted legendary Marlin Perkins along with Jim Fowler and Peter Gros, who explored the planet's most fascinating creatures and habitats. Episodes joining MeTV Classic TV lineup will include the unforgettable wildlife encounters from tracking anacondas in Guyana to studying Yellowstone's wildlife by helicopter. For generations, Wild Kingdom has ignited a passion for wildlife and conservation, said Jen Wolf, Vice President of Brand Marketing at Mutual Omaha. We're honored to carry forward the legacy of Marlo, Jim, and Peter by continuing to take audiences on unforgettable adventures. First broadcast on NBC, the half-hour program brought the wilds of Africa, the Amazon, and beyond into American living rooms every Sunday. Its groundbreaking format, often narrated by Perkins, while Fowler worked directly with the animals, won multiple Emmys and inspired generations of wildlife television, eventually leading to the creations of the nature-focused networks like Animal Planet and Discovery Channel. With 330 episodes produced over 25 years, 4 Emmys awards to its name, the original Wild Kingdom averaged 34 million U.S. viewers at its peak. 34 million. Listen to that. The latest return to TV's offering long-time fans and new audiences alike a chance to reconnect with its groundbreaking storytelling. Now, you'll be able to get this, for those of you on linear, if you're on cable, you'll be able to get it, if you're on Verizon, Comcast, Verizon Fios and Comcast, your Spectrum as well. If you're on Friendly TV, Philo, DirecTV also is now having, Fubo is now having the availability as well, if you didn't catch that video. I mean, this is a great show. Like I said, in its time period, in the years that's on, it averaged 34 million U.S. viewers. How can you tap that? How can you, there are some shows out there, this is one of them. MASH is another one. That top. This is shows that networks wanted back then. Why not today? Why not bring that back today? I mean, they have channels, wildlife channels today on that, but I think they're losing the message to that point of conservation. They don't, they're allowing politics to seep into the situation, and a lot of these are more toward, as I say, to reality TV. They're closer to reality TV, in a nutshell on there. Not going out and shooting stuff. I mean, stuff that National Geographic used to shoot onto that. I mean, Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom used to do the same thing, and Disney as well, at one point in history. This is what made the nature shows what they are. This is why you got, the Discovery Channel. You got Animal Planet. You got Nat Geo, and all these other channels that came across, but they've lost their way. And I think we need to turn that direction back. This is one good reason why, these are still very popular. People want to see this kind of nature shows. That's open, they just literally, you're looking at it at its points that, itself, the existence of the, other creatures on this planet, which is very important. And understand the conservation that some people do out there, not the political conservation, which is, it's terrible. That you're hurting the environment itself. We have to understand the environment before we could say, well, we need to change it. No, you need to understand it first, because you get people that says, well, we got to remove the carbon footprint, but you're hurting the environment. The carbon is needed in the air for plants to produce oxygen. You're removing the oxygen from the planet. That's what you're doing. They said, oh, we got to get carbon dioxide out. They said, no, we don't. And there are other things, animals that, that they said, well, the species, we have to save the species. Well, first you got to find out why they're dying out. It ain't, a lot of the times, it's not mankind. There was this one thing with the logging, because they said a specific species of owl was going extinct. And then when we find out years later, when they stopped the logging, it wasn't the logging, it was other predatory species that were freaking wiping them out. Understand what's going on to that. And this is what, you had Wild Kingdom was one of these shows that you had these situations explained properly on there. So do check it out, starting July 6th in the morning, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern on there. So do check it out. If you want to take that moment, drop a comment. Let me know. Were you one of the groups like myself who grew up with this? Or are you new to Mutual Omaha's Wild Kingdom and want to check it out? So do comment, subscribe, like, share, and take a hammer, smash that subscribe button, get it down. Basically subscribe. We really would appreciate you do that. It moves us up in the algorithm. We do appreciate on that. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and so long now.
Oh, beautiful, full spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for a purple mountain, majesties above the fruited plains. America